Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Today we are looking at a coin that might make you do a double take, the 2010 D Gold $1. At first glance, it looks like any other $1 coin, but this one is special, rare, and could actually be worth more than you'd expect. Stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly what makes this coin stand out, the small details collectors obsess over, and why some of these coins have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Let's start with the coin itself. In the front, you've got a strong, classic portrait of Sacagawea, carrying her child on her back. The golden color is immediately eye-catching, and you can see Liberty arching across the top, with the date 2010 near the bottom. Just under her shoulder is the small D mint mark showing it was made at the Denver Mint. Flip it over, and you'll see the soaring eagle, wings spread, a design that's been iconic since these coins were introduced in 2000. For filming, this is the perfect spot to slowly tilt the coin under light so viewers can see the reflective golden surface, the raised details of the eagle, and the texture of the fields. Now here's where most people miss the story. Unlike regular circulation coins, the 2010 D Gold $1 was part of a special collector-focused release. It wasn't meant to be spent. Most went into sets, untouched in rolls, or storage. That means many of these coins survived in almost perfect condition, giving collectors a lot to look for. And this is where the real value comes in. Condition is everything. A coin with scratches or dull color is just worth face value or a bit more to a collector. But a bright, sharp coin with strong luster, suddenly it's highly desirable. And then there are the rare errors. Some 2010 D Gold $1s show minor die cracks or doubled features in the lettering or date. These aren't common, but when they appear, collectors notice immediately. Even a slight misalignment of the eagle or a tiny doubling of Liberty can significantly increase interest. And here's a small cliffhanger most people overlook because these coins were preserved so well. The difference between a regular coin and a top-grade coin is huge. Two coins from the same mint and year could be worth drastically different amounts depending entirely on condition and unique feature. So what is this coin really worth? In general circulation style condition, a 2010 D Gold $1 is usually worth just a couple of dollars. In uncirculated condition from a mint set, they can sell for $10 to $25. High-grade examples, especially those with strong luster or minor errors, can reach $50 or more. Exceptional auction pieces have gone for several $100s, depending on rarity and collector demand. So now I want to ask you, do you own any of these golden $1 coins? Have you ever checked for mint marks, luster, or errors? And if you found one in near perfect condition, would you keep it in your collection or sell it to a collector? That's the 2010 D Gold $1, a coin that looks ordinary at first, but hides history, collector appeal, and even real monetary value if you know what to look for. Top 2. Today we are looking at a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance, the 2000 D Gold $1. At first glance, it looks like a shiny $1 coin, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Stick around, because I'm going to show you why this coin is different, what hidden details collectors are hunting for, and why some of these coins have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Let's start with the coin itself. In the front, you'll see the iconic Sacagawea carrying her child. Liberty stretches across the top, the date 2000 sits near the bottom, and there's a small D mint mark just under her shoulder, showing it was struck at the Denver Mint. Flip it over and you'll find the soaring eagle with spread wings, a design that really stands out in the golden color of the coin. For filming, this is where a slow tilt under light shows off the reflective surface, the raised details of the eagle, and the smooth texture of the field. Here's what makes this coin so interesting. Unlike coins made for everyday spending, the 2000 D Gold $1 was primarily released for collectors. It wasn't meant to be circulated, so most of these coins went straight into mint sets or storage. That means many survived in nearly perfect condition, which makes them very appealing to collectors today. Condition is key. A scratched or dull coin, it's basically face value. But a bright, clean coin with strong luster, that's where people start paying attention. Kennedy's hair, or in this case, Sacagawea's features, the details of the eagle's feathers, the clarity of the lettering, all of it matters. And here's where it gets really exciting. Errors do exist, and when they do, collectors notice immediately. You might find a double die effect, where letters or numbers look slightly doubled. Die cracks or small misalignments can also appear, giving the coin a unique character that makes it much more desirable. Here's a small cliffhanger: because these coins were preserved so carefully, the gap between a standard coin and a top-grade coin is massive. Two coins from the same year and mint can be worth completely different amounts, just based on condition, luster, and any minor error. So what is the 2000 D gold $1 really worth? In general condition, it's usually a few dollars. Uncirculated coins from mint sets can sell for $10 to $25. Coins with exceptional luster or minor errors can reach $50 or more, and in rare auction cases, some have sold for several $100s. So I want to ask you, do you own any of these golden $1 coins? Have you ever checked for the mint mark, the shine, or tiny errors? And if you found one in near perfect condition, would you keep it for your collection or sell it while collectors are still searching? That's the 2000 D gold $1, a coin that looks simple at first, but hides collector appeal, history, and real value if you know what to look for. Top 3. Today we are looking at a coin that could easily be the crown jewel of a collection, the 1849 to 1850 gold $1. At first glance, it looks small and simple, but this tiny coin holds a story of gold rushes, early American minting, and collectors' dreams. Stick around, because I'm going to show you what makes this coin so special, the rare details most people overlook, and why some of these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Let's start with the coin itself. In the front, you'll see a classic design called the Liberty head. A small, elegant portrait of Liberty faces left, wearing a coronet that says, Liberty. The date, either 1849 or 1850, sits at the bottom. The gold gleams, but even a subtle scratch or wear can change the coin's value dramatically. Flip it over, and you'll find the reverse design, a wreath encircling the words, $1. The detail on the leaves and the precise lettering really show the skill of the early mint workers. If you're filming this, a slow rotation under warm light helps capture the depth, the shine, and the intricate edges that make it stand out. Now here's what makes this coin fascinating. These coins were struck during the very early years of the US gold dollar series, which was introduced in 1849. It was a time when gold from California was flooding into the economy, and the mint was experimenting with designs and production techniques. Not many of these coins were made, and even fewer survived in good condition. Condition is everything. A worn 1849 or 1850 gold dollar might only appeal to history buffs. But a coin with sharp details, clear lettering, and bright gold, collectors notice immediately. The finer the strike and the better the preservation, the higher the value. And then there are the rare varieties and errors. Some of these coins have subtle differences between the 1849 and 1850 issues, or slight doubling on the date or letters. Die cracks or tiny planchet flaws can also appear. For a collector, these details can turn a coin from a historical curiosity into a highly sought-after piece. Here's a cliffhanger most people don't realize: because these coins are so old, even coins with minor wear are rare. Two coins from the same year can have completely different values. One might sell for a few $1,000s, the other for over $20,000, depending entirely on condition and rarity. So what is this coin actually worth? In general, an average circulated 1849 or 1850 gold dollar might sell for $5,000 to $10,000. Coins in excellent condition, especially high-grade examples with strong luster or minor errors, can sell for $20,000 or more. Rare auction records have pushed some examples well above $50,000. So now I want to ask you, do you own any early gold dollars? Have you ever checked the dates or the subtle details that make these coins so collectible? And if you found a nearly perfect 1849 or 1850 gold dollar, would you add it to your collection or sell it while the market is strong? That's the 1849 to 1850 gold $1, a small coin with a big story, hidden value, and a piece of American history in your hands. Top 4. Today we are looking at a coin that could completely change the way you see old gold coins, the 1865 to 1869 gold $1. At first glance, it's a small gold coin, but hidden in its design is history, rarity, and collector value that can reach tens of thousands of dollars. Stick around, because I'm going to show you what makes this coin so special, the subtle details that set it apart, and why even small errors or variations can make a huge difference in value. Let's start by looking at the coin. In the front, you'll see the classic Liberty head, a strong, elegant portrait of Liberty facing left, wearing a coronet. Inscribed with Liberty, the date, somewhere between 1865 and 1869, is at the bottom. Even tiny scratches or worn spots can dramatically impact the value of these coins, so condition is everything. Flip it over, and you'll find the reverse, a wreath encircling the words, $1, the wreath's leaves, the precise lettering, and the raised edges show the craftsmanship of the early U.S. Mint. If you're filming this, a slow rotation under warm light is perfect for showing the depth, shine, and detail of the design. Here's what makes this coin really fascinating. These gold dollars were minted during a critical period in U.S. history, right after the Civil War. The mint was experimenting with production techniques, and gold from the West was becoming more available. Not many of these coins were struck, and even fewer have survived in strong condition. Condition is everything. An average, worn coin might interest history buffs, but a coin with crisp details, sharp lettering, and a bright gold surface, that's where collectors start paying attention. The finer the strike and the better the preservation, the more valuable the coin becomes. And then there are the rare varieties and errors. Some 1865 to 1869 coins show subtle doubling on the date or letters. Tiny die cracks or planchet imperfections can also appear. For a collector, these small differences can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after piece. Here's a cliffhanger most people don't realize. Because these coins are so old, even minor differences in condition make a massive impact. Two coins from the same year can be worth completely different amounts. One might sell for $3,000, another for over $20,000, depending on grade and rarity. So what is this coin actually worth? In average condition, an 1865 to 1869 gold dollar might sell for around $3,000 to $8,000. Coins in excellent condition, with strong luster or minor errors, can go from $10,000 to $25,000. Rare auction records have pushed certain examples well beyond $50,000. So now I want to ask you, do you own any early gold dollars? Have you ever looked closely at the dates or tiny variations that make these coins so collectible? And if you found a nearly perfect 1865 to 1869 gold dollar, would you keep it in your collection or sell it while the market is hot? That's the 1865 to 1869 gold $1, a small coin with a huge story, hidden value, and a piece of post-Civil War American history in your hands. Top 5. Today we are looking at a coin that's nearly 200 years old, yet still has the power to shock collectors, the 1825 to 1829 gold $1. At first glance, it's tiny and delicate, but this little piece of gold carries a history few people ever notice. Stick around, because I'm going to show you why this coin is so rare, the subtle details that make it highly collectible, and why some of these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Let's start with the coin itself. In the front, you'll see the classic Liberty head design. A small, elegant portrait of Liberty faces left, wearing a coronet engraved with Liberty, the date, somewhere between 1825 and 1829, sits at the bottom. Even small scratches or wear can drastically affect the coin's value, so condition is crucial. Flip it over, and you'll find the reverse design, a wreath encircling the words, $1, the leaves of the wreath and the raised lettering show the craftsmanship of the early U.S. Mint. If you're filming this, a slow rotation under warm light is perfect to capture the depth, shine, and intricate detail. Here's what makes this coin truly fascinating. These gold dollars were minted during the very early years of the U.S. gold coin series, introduced in 1849 for circulation, but the 1825 to 1829 coins are part of the original small gold dollar experiments. They were struck with care, but very few were produced, and even fewer survived in good condition. Condition is everything. A worn coin might only appeal to history buffs, but a coin with crisp details, sharp lettering, and bright gold immediately draws collector attention. The finer the strike and the better the preservation, the more valuable the coin becomes. And then there are the rare varieties and errors. Some of these coins show minor doubling on the date or letters, tiny die cracks, or planchet flaws. Even subtle differences between mintings of different years can make a huge difference to collectors. A small mistake in the die or a slightly misaligned strike can transform an ordinary coin into a sought-after rarity. Here's a cliffhanger most people don't realize. Because these coins are so old, even coins with minor wear are rare. Two coins from the same year might have completely different values. One might sell for $15,000, another for over $50,000, depending on condition and rarity. So what is this coin actually worth? in average circulated condition, an 1825 to 1829 gold dollar might sell for $15,000 to $25,000. Coins in excellent condition, with sharp details or minor errors, can reach $50,000 or more. Rare auction records have pushed some examples well beyond $75,000. So now I want to ask you, do you own any early gold dollars? Have you ever checked the dates or tiny differences that make these coins so collectible? And if you found a near-perfect 1825 to 1829 gold dollar, would you keep it for your collection or sell it while collectors are actively searching? That's the 1825 to 1829 gold $1, a tiny coin with a massive story, hidden value, and a piece of early American history in your hands. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more coin discoveries. Take a careful look at your collection, you might already have a hidden treasure waiting to be noticed.